Smog Fantasy Cast, and it is the OG host today, just Bog and Smog today. And Phil, how are we doing coming into week 6 here? We're coming up on a third of the way through the season pretty soon here, and it's been up and down for me, but how are you feeling about just NFL, football, fantasy? What's it all about?
I mean, it's so fun. Even though I'm 2-3, I'm not feeling great right now. But a lot of teams are 2-3. A lot of teams are 3-2. I think this is the week where we'll see kind of more of a spread in our league. It'll start spreading out a little bit more, and hopefully, I spread in the right direction.
Spread,
But
a
I
good
just spread wide open.
Yeah.
And I'm just having so much fun. Football's fun. Watching football's fun.
Football is fun, and we get to keep the London games, which I don't know about you, but I like the London games. Some people hate the London games. I'm a big London game fan. We get one more week of them. And then I can't remember. They go on to Germany and Mexico. Isn't there a Munich game this year? Or
I'm pretty sure there's a Germany game and a Mexico game, and it's exciting to see. The London game that we saw, Jags and whoever. There was a lot of fans in the stadium. I mean, there's a lot of football. It's people love football. I do love London games. I mean, waking up on Sunday and just watching football forever until the night ends is great.
I want to make that a trip, is go to London, cap it off with football in London.
Ooh,
would be awesome.
Nice.
Or just Europe, I'll go to the German game or whatever. It'd be sweet.
Yeah.
But anywho, besides the league, the NFL itself, our league is starting to shape a little bit, and we're a true bell curve, as the statisticians say. We got a little ones here down in the little corners, couple little guys, and then we balloon up. You know what I mean? It's fat in the middle. With 6 teams, 3-2 or 2-3. So right now, if you are the worst team in the league at 1-4, you are only 2 games out of the playoffs going into week 6 here, right?
Right.
So it's good to see the 2-3 teams. It's win this week and you're in the playoff bracket basically. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's good. And last year it came all the way down to the wire, and I don't see it being any different right now.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, and it really is anyone's game. You can see, Joe, for instance, he's 1-4. He has the most points against him. He's been a little unlucky, but he's got 100 more points than I do. 4. It's just the luck of the draw, really.
Yeah, he's got the 4th most points, but by far the most points against him, which is just brutal. But you got to think that that's gonna catch up eventually. It's gonna start swinging the other way.
You can't always be unlucky every week, unlike me in the pizza party. But we'll get to that.
So, worst team in the league might be your your pizza party lineups, man. I don't know what's going on there, but we'll get to it. But let's just talk through the rankings right now. And let's do a little just psychological quick snap exercise here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the team, their ranking. You give me just gut check. What is one first thing that comes to mind with this team? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start at the bottom. Tyler's team, Nectar of the Gods.
Promising players. There are promising players on his team, and that will only build.
I agree. 1-4. But yeah, I agree with that. Ninth place, also 1-4. Joe, who do you think you are? I am.
Unlucky. He's just he's been unlucky.
Agreed.
But scary, still scary.
Your team, 1-1's Wildlings, 2-3.
Wide receiver help. I need. Running backs
You
are
went
fine.
Yoda.
Wide receiver, I need it. Right.
Seems
Yeah.
catchy going all Yoda on it. Wide receiver helping.
I'm trying to harness the force on this one. But yeah.
All right. Ser Davos, 2-3.
Confusing. I would think like
Seriously.
you're
I don't know
2 and
what to
3.
do.
I would have pinned you for one of the 3 and 2 team, but it's again,
Who knows?
at 7 you can be at 3 next week. So
Yeah. We'll see how things go. Ben's the fantasy football team, the final 2 and 3 position here.
solid. I think everyone on his team is solid, and he's got a solid chance.
Yeah, mine on that would have been Burrow's back. Would be
Ooh, yes,
my
Burrow's
thought.
definitely back.
And now we're into our 3 and 2s in 5th place, just on the outside of the current playoff picture. Bronze 10 good men for Jordan.
Any given week could be the highest scoring offense, but maybe not.
Maybe not. And the no egrets 3 and 2 sitting in the 4th spot.
Better than last year. Congrats. He's doing really good this year. I commend him for all of his. I gotta give it to give him. What am I trying to say?
Dude,
Give him
like management moves of the
he's
past
just
2
been really
years.
good.
We took complete dumps on his
Mm-hmm.
team going into last season, and he was honestly more competitive than I thought last year, and he's looking pretty good.
very
this
competitive this year. Yeah.
year. Yeah. The natural born Kylers in number 3.
Surprising again to me. We kind of ranked him lower at the beginning, and he's been going off. So good on him. He's got Cooper Kupp back too, so that's even scarier.
Yeah, just getting even better. It's a good team. We'll talk. We're thinking
team.
power rankings next week. We'll go more in depth on these, but it's a good team. 4-1. Are you ready for some football?
4-1. I mean, again, unlucky with. I mean, he's been more active in trades this year, and I applaud him for that. But he traded for Nick Chubb, T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson just went down, or it went on IR. Kelsey's. He's gonna be good with an ankle or whatever. But he's had some. He could be 5-0 without all these injuries. So
Really should be. It's a very good team. And up at the top, our former, reigning co-champion, Rando guy out east, in the top spot, 4-1.
scary. I really like his team. And if
JT's back.
right, JT's back. I mean, Saquon's healthier now. It's scary.
Seriously.
He might go 2 times.
It's a very good team. We'll see what happens. Need some people to beat each other up in the rankings here. Kind of keep leveling things out. And we will get into looking forward. But first, let's talk about the waiver wire this week, because we actually had a pretty busy waiver wire week this week. But before we talk about that, there was a behemoth of a trade. And you were involved. And I would like to just hear what went into my quick, just like gut shot reaction. Gut check, I should say, on this is just like, fair trade.
Okay.
Fair trade. Like that's just I think it was fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my thought was I wanted Christian McCaffrey. He's been a machine this year. And I really Travis Kelce's 34. He's not a god. He's got to fall off at some point, right? I need to get something for Travis, and maybe he is. Maybe he just plays till he's 40. But and then Joe Mixon's on a downhill in his career. He's a solid 10 points a game, but and then obviously Pat Mahomes. But I really like C.J. Stroud, and I wanted him on my team. I wanted to cheer for him.
Yeah, no, for sure. I threw a couple trades out there for CJ also. So
yeah. And I got sick of that Pat Mahomes guy just sitting on my team.
Seriously, God,
clogging up my roster. So
I mean, it gets boring just rooting for him. And he's like, "Oh, I'm good, awesome."
Right. Yeah. I thought it shook it up a little bit.
Yeah, you're probably really excited that Mac Jones came over in that trade.
Oh no, but he's there.
That was the one I saw where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was honestly not Mac Jones in the trade, and he's like, "Do you just want Mac Jones? I'm going to drop him." I'm like, "Sure, just send him over. I don't care."
That's fair. Nice. Yeah, I like it, and that's what I like. I think in general, just kind of the league in general, there has been more trading and more activity between people, and it's been very fun to see. And besides those trades, we had a very busy waiver wire this past week. I think I had claims on like 10 different guys, but I also had no fab, so I just get whoever's free. That's what I get. Right. But we saw Imari DeMarcado going for 38 fab buckaroos, just squeezing out Ben, who bid 35, but Jordan gets him at 38. And he looks pretty good. It could be a plug and play for a few weeks, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's he looked really well. He looked really good, and I think it's a great pickup.
Yeah, I agree. And I think my favorite pickup of the week is the guy I wanted that I put a $0 bid in. But Tanner got him, Logan Thomas. Like, I hate owning Kyle Pitts and hating my tight ends. It's like the most frustrating position to be in. And I thought Logan Thomas will at least give me a baseline and I won't hate the position. But Tanner gets that. And I think it's a great pickup. Like,
I agree.
He should be very solid. Curtis Samuel bounces back over to a team, getting picked back up in exchange for Terrace Marshall. So I
like that pickup. I mean, Curtis Samuel has showed that he can ball. He's been a little bit better the last 2 weeks, so we'll see how the rest of his year goes.
He can. And then we had a couple defenses. Tanner just grabs Miami, who I don't know. They're probably playing somebody, and playing Carolina. Solid pickup.
Yeah. Yep.
And we got New Orleans going up against Houston. So we got a couple good defensive streamers. Both of those nice pickups. Ben grabbing Latavius makes sense, and then a couple cheap free ones.
Oh, Chase Claypool.
I don't know. Like,
maybe.
He's just a shitty dude, it seems like. But
it does seem that way. Maybe he turns it around.
I don't know what it's like. Seems super talented, but everybody just hates him. Like, he's got to be the most annoying person ever.
He must be.
Because it's not like he's out like beating people, or like getting in trouble with the police. It's just like, no, just like we literally just can't stand who you are.
Right. Just Yeah, he's a nom. I don't know what to think of Chase, but good job.
We'll
You got
see.
him.
We'll see. And then we had defenses getting picked up here to
Yep.
stream. So that's kind of the little rotation we usually see. But it was an active waiver wire, which it isn't good. And I like that about our league size and our league format is like we're dynasty in the sense that like we keep our teams forever, but it's a little bit smaller.
Right.
So there's still some little pieces to pick up here on the waiver wire here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
And with that being said, let's look at how those pickups and what everybody's teams have pieced together to be. What are we going to see in this upcoming week 6 lineup of matchups here? So why don't we go ahead and we'll kind of go a little back and forth here. I'm going to call out one for you to take a look at. Let's get mine out of the way, then we'll get yours out of the way. So why don't you just tell me about this me versus Jordan matchup?
Yeah. So already we're a little late on the podcast, so we see that you have the Chiefs defense playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the best defense of the week. Maybe I don't know. They got 13 points right now, but we'll see how high that number can get. He's playing DeMercado. So hopefully it pans out for him. But, Tyreek Hill is always a menace. Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson always can go off for 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's got talented players on his team, but they're, like Drake London, Garrett Wilson, very talented. But Desmond Ridder and Zach Wilson are not very talented. So it's tough to, are they going to get in the end zone? What happens there? So, and you have a little bit more consistency besides your tight end, who knows when he'll play football, huh? Kyle
God
Pitts.
damn it.
But I think your team's solid running back wise. All your receivers. This is going to be quite the matchup. I can't even pick. I'll pick you just because Kansas City defense.
Yeah, they're off to a good start.
Off to a good start.
Yeah. And looking at your matchup, we talked about it. Juggernaut going up against Tanner up top.
Mm-hmm.
But if you walk away with a win here, he drops down to 4-2. You're up to 3-3, and things continue to get real tight in the standings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's shaping up to be a very close matchup. You got CJ Stroud against New Orleans, which I'm sure you don't
It scares
love.
me. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I've been going back and forth between him and Goff. I wouldn't be surprised if Goff is in there Sunday morning, but
Yeah, that little tinker monster
Mac
will
Jones
get you
will not be.
sometime. No, Mac Jones. They said he's starting though, so you got that.
it's good.
But I look at your running backs, and the one thing I worry about with Tanner's team is Saquon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he come back and play? And if he does, like, how good is he? So if he doesn't, then Tanner's kind of got to go over to the Jordan or the Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss decision versus does he try to slip Brian Robinson in there, who, can certainly contribute, but it's not the same level of upside as if Saquon's there. And to me, that's kind of going to be one of the deciding factors because looking at the running backs, Christian McCaffrey just gives you such an edge, and he needs his to also, show out. But, I mean, his wide receivers in comparison to yours.
Oh, it's a big difference.
So you're hoping for that Nico Collins, CJ Stroud stack to really pay off.
And all of my receivers have been like off and on, right? Nico, 24 points, 4 points, 32 points, 5 points. Like Jacoby Myers, 24 points, 12, 4, 17. Like they're just kind of all around.
Mhm.
I need him to have a high week in order to beat Tanner, I think.
Yeah, I, it's definitely going to be a very close matchup, but I'm going to lean your way
Okay.
because I want you to win. So
All
good
right.
vibes coming your way.
All right,
Uh,
good.
Give me a little preview of the Joe versus Ben matchup. 1-4 Joe coming in favored against 2-3 Ben. 108, 105 the current projection.
Yeah, so Joe came out with a win last week. Justin Fields went off against you, right?
Hmm.
Unfortunately for you, but Justin Fields can do that any given week. Hopefully not this week because they play Minnesota, and I don't want to lose more this year. So I think the quarterback, I lean Tua, but Justin Fields could easily outscore him. The running back position, I lean Joe. Swift has looked good. ETN has looked good. Stevenson has looked not as good as one would hope for the year. He hasn't been terrible. He hasn't lost you weeks, I don't think. Well, maybe he has. I just looked. He's been bad in the last couple of weeks here, but then we go down to the receivers. Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Debo can go off. That looks delicious. And again, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they can go off too. Addison, obviously, with Jefferson out. But I'll lean Ben's way in the receiving core, and then tight end, I'll lean no way. Who knows?
Yeah, Kittle or guy. They're the same player.
Right. So who knows there? And then Mike Evans, I like Mike Evans. He's a little banged up, but yeah. So I'm going to lean Ben here, but obviously the sleeper thinks Joe by 3, but I'll lean Ben slightly.
Yeah, and the good news for Ben is he does that Mike Evans pivot, which you're gonna have to like pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
But if Evans is banged up and not really possibly going to be at full strength, Adam Thielen against Miami, where they're going to be in garbage time, needing to keep up, that is not
Adam
a bad
Thielen's
pivot
been-
option. Adam Thielen's been
Thielen's
amazing.
been ridiculous. Old Adam Thielen, like his targets 13-8, 14-9. Like he's just been really consistently solid, and it helps that he has a rookie quarterback. He's the inside slot, like
Right.
he's just open and nice for a rookie to throw to. So he's been great all year.
I agree. And I also agree with this next matchup being a very close one and a very, very important one because 2-3-2 teams. So someone is likely, is going to take a loss and is going to be trying to catch up and get back up into that, back up into the playoff spot. And it's Cole versus Ethan. And we talked about both these teams, right? Of Ethan's team being surprising in that, like, we didn't really know what James Cook was going to be. We didn't know what the touches and the carries were going to be for Raheem Mostert. And
Keenan,
turns out, yeah, Keenan,
God, he's been good.
he's been real nice. So, like, we didn't know. And turns out the answer is they will both be great. And Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill will also be wonderful. So, like, Ethan's team really worked out like that. So, just looking at these, the matchup, sorry, I just fell in love with Ethan's team for a second there.
Yeah, me too, right?
Right? But looking at this matchup, you got to give the instant edge to Cole with Josh Allen over, Derek Carr, right? But then the running backs, I don't know which way, right?
It could tip either way.
It could tip either way. I like Kamara and Pollard on Cole's side. And then, like we said, Cook and Mostert on Ethan's side. So we'll kind of scratch that. I think that's pretty even. Wide receivers, though, I need to give to Ethan here just because Cooper Kupp is amazing. Jalen Waddle, also very great. Terry McLaurin can disappear, though. But that's what Gabe Davis can do on the other side with Cole, who but has been good. Ty Lockett, it's just Ty Lockett and DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think are better than Kupp and Waddle, right? So that's where I give that edge, and I got to give the edge of Hawkinson to Ethan over Waller.
He's been great.
I think I link. I think what it's going to come down to now, just like seeing the flex, this matchup is going to be: is it a good Derrick Henry day or is it a poop Derrick Henry day?
Right. He's had some poopers. He hasn't looked like the best running back in the NFL like he has in the past, but he's still Derrick Henry. He can definitely pump out some points. It's incredible the receivers on Ethan's team trading away Tyreek Hill and still having this lineup is ridiculous.
It really is. He also has just Godwin chilling on his bench.
No big deal.
Yeah, whatever. A very good team. Like we said, I'm gonna lean with Ethan on this one. And you're both 3-2, so what? Who cares?
So what?
Give me this last one. This is Juggernaut versus not so Juggernaut right now. You got Michael tweeting up against Tyler. Current projections, as you would expect, Michael by quite a bit. Is there hope?
There is, and I'm going to tell you why. The hope. Here we go. He has one of the best stacks, with Stafford and Puka. Puka's been amazing, even with cutback.
Yeah.
He got 11 targets. I just want to say, what round did Puka go in our rookie draft? Third round?
Late third, I think. Yeah.
I mean, what a great addition to his. So obviously, I'm giving the edge to Michael Tweeten, but again, he's got some promising players on his team. So it sucks Anthony Richardson went out.
Yeah.
Don't give up hope. And Achan, right? He drafted Achan too.
Seriously.
Like, what the heck? Best draft ever, like rookie draft.
Seriously, Richardson, Puka, Achan.
Yeah, he had the best rookie draft this year, and if he does it again next year, he's got a good team. Solid. So.
And correction, Puka was the 401, fourth round pick.
Insane.
Yeah, he looks great. Hey, I don't know yet. We don't know, but currently this game is Mahomes not performing great. So, hey, keep rooting for Denver, Tyler, and maybe there's a chance because if Pacheco and Kelsey and Mahomes all take a dump, then there is hope.
I mean, Kelsey already has 10 points, so.
Does he? I don't know. Look at that.
Yeah. There's no dump there.
Oh, he didn't take a dump.
Apparently he is a god and he'll never age out.
5 for 77. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, that's the matchups. I'm thinking after this week, I think it's still going to be, you know what? I think we're going to stretch out. It's going to, I think it's going to spread even more. We're just going to be a big fat ball of spreadness. I don't know.
Oh yeah, spread ball.
Like a cheese ball? How good is a cheese ball?
So good. I want our league to morph into a cheese ball.
Seriously.
That'd be great.
Oh,
delicious.
Speaking of cheese, You've
Yeah.
had to order a lot of cheese lately.
Oh, you're darn right.
You have.
Out
with
of
the
5
pizza
weeks,
party.
I believe I've been buying the pizza in the pizza party, Palooza, for 4 weeks out of those 5 weeks. I had my week off last week. I said, nah, I don't want to buy a pizza. But then, Rasky won this last week. I, of course, lost. So I bought him he's enjoying his pizza right now. I know he's eating it right this instant during this game. So you're welcome. So, hey, everybody out there, if you want free pizza, on me. I'm telling you, join this league.
It's fun. It is, and it gives you just that extra little thing to just like look at. So you can look at like, oh, I'm gonna lose, but hey, maybe I'll get a pizza, and that really does make me feel better.
It
when
does.
That happens.
But this year has been quite the. I have never bought so many pizzas. I mean, I've just been buying pizza. So.
Well, it is what it is, and we're going to get back into it again this week. And maybe it turns around and maybe you get the pizza this week.
Maybe
Phil.
I can get the pizza.
Maybe you will get it.
The only way I could get the pizza is to win and lose at the same time. And then buy myself a pizza. I feel like that's the only way. But I can't have 2 lineups, so.
Can't do it.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, with all that being said, we just took a look at week 6 of our league, and it's a tight one as we would expect. The league is healthy, but I'm about to get on out of here. I got an apple crisp baking in the oven upstairs. So
You got an apple crisp.
A little apple crisp. So I gotta go munch on that.
That sounds real good.
It does.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. Again, join the pizza party for free pizza. It's a fun time.
That's right. It's the Bog and Smog Fantasy Cast signing out.
Goodbye.